before the start, beyond the end.
There's been a lot of things that Worm has done to challenge me and help me. The first two big things would be when he told me to start stepping up and leading worship and also doing devotions. I remember my 7th grade year, he told me that they had a keyboard and that he knew I played and he wanted me to start doing that. And I always kind of wanted to, I just wasn't really sure how I would do, how it would look, but Worm was so encouraging to me, saying that this is something you need to do to use your talents to help other people. And he told me that he'd really like to start seeing me do devotions, just like at Reset at the Park, and I started doing it at my school too, in a Christian club I was in. Just really another thing is that he told us this our 7th grade year at Falls Creek, that Jesus is worth it no matter what you do. And I've seen that prove true in so many ways, and that means the world to me.
In particular that I remember, there was one, the first Sunday that we moved here, he helped me get used to it, because I thought I was going to hate it here, but once I started to get to know Worm, and even before I was in the youth group, he just helped me and I just learned to love it. And then another time was whenever the older group, like Kyler and Waldo and all them, whenever they graduated, I remember he specifically came to me and he challenged me to be a leader. I don't know how I've done with that. I hope I've done good, but I don't know.
Okay, Worm has challenged me in so many different ways, but one that really sticks out to me is him constantly telling us that Jesus is totally worth it above anything in life, and that even though we're going to go through struggles and challenges, that at the end of the day, Jesus is the only thing that matters, and to constantly live my life and focus on spreading the gospel and living my life fully for Jesus.
Worm has challenged me in so many different ways, all kind of revolving around theater, because that's my life, but when I have shows during the week, he's really challenged me to come to church the next morning and actually be a nice person and care about people. And so that's kind of challenging, just because when I'm tired, I'm just not here for it.
I'm just grateful to Worm for always supporting me and coming to my baseball games and stuff. And he's challenged me to always care about others more than myself and put Christ first.
He's given me a servant's heart, watching him serve and doing whatever that he's asked to do. He's taught me how to do that. He may call on me and say, "Hey Taylor, I need you to do this," and I'll do it right away, because he's one of the main reasons I've learned that.
Worm has challenged me to always stay in the Word by giving me a Bible, and it's just really special to me, and it's a constant reminder every time I look at it to stay in the Word, and that somebody really special to me gave it to me.
Worm has always challenged me to love someone no matter how much they get on my nerves or annoy me.
Worm has challenged me in the sense that when I first came into the youth group, I was very introverted. I didn't like talking to new people. Worm has helped me come out of that shell by taking me on these trips, regardless of my wanting to or not, and helping me to meet new people and just get to make new friends over my 6 years here in the youth group, and I've very thoroughly enjoyed it.
The plains of Africa, flying in today, your host, Mr. Worm Johnson!
My favorite memory with Worm would have to be when we were coming home from some youth event and we were just in your Jeep talking about life, hanging out, and it was really great. We talked about how God had been working through us and just stuff like that, and you were asking me all these questions about how school was going and how I've been living out my life for Christ, and it was just really great having you just mentor me like that, not just then, but through all my years when I've been in the youth group.
My favorite would have to be probably Falls Creek after my freshman year. We were just talking about basketball and how much we both hate Kevin Durant, and and then it just started talking about just life in general and just how my walk with Christ has been, and it's just, that really shows that you care about us, Worm.
Okay, so my favorite memory with Worm had to be actually right after my car accident. I was super traumatized and I couldn't really talk to anybody about it that had been through something so similar that I had been through. And so I texted him and asked if I could come in and talk to him the day after, and he was like, of course. And so I went into his room and just started crying and told my whole story, and he was super patient with me, watching me cry, and it was super sweet, and he was very encouraging and was like, anytime you need anything, you can come talk to me, and we're just gonna get through this together. And so it was super encouraging, and I was so thankful for him.
Probably sitting in his office or out on the couches in the South House, just looking at cringy old pictures of all us youth people. just sitting out there talking to him, laughing about all the memories we've had back in 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, stuff like that.
My favorite memory about Worm is the first year I came to Falls Creek and the great impression that he left on me and my friends.
My favorite memory with Worm is when he chewed me out for being way too serious at dodgeball.
My favorite memory with Worm is probably going back to in 8th grade whenever we went up to Michigan on the mission trip. All the chaos that happened there, Worm held his cool. It just was really inspiring to me just to be able to see, even through all that chaos, Worm was able to still hold it together and keep the trip fun for us.
My favorite memory with Worm is whenever he showed up to my sister's surprise birthday party and we took the infamous wig picture.
So my favorite memory with Worm is really small, but every time I walk into the youth group on Wednesday or Sundays, we just have a little moment of greeting. Just like, hey Worm, hey Court, how are you today? It's just really nice and it uplifts my evening or morning.
Thank you, Worm.
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 We love you, Worm.